Kelly Green too fresh. That's right, too goddamn fresh for you. Subscribe. Know what I'm saying?
Whoop whoop. What's good, y'all? Seth Moon here, aka Cali Green Too Fresh. This is the freshness. Motherfucking Low-Key just dropped an album. Esham recently did some shit. We got new Dirty Grim. I just saw Mayday live. We're gonna get into my top 5, all that and more. But first, I'm gonna dedicate this Fago right here to my homie, the one and only Trevor. Now, he recently passed away, and this hit me kind of hard. There was a point in time whenever this was the only motherfucker that I kicked it with in real life, and, you know, this Fago's for you, homie. So, Fago. Do this. Fago. Fago. So let's get on with the freshness. So first up, I gotta show off some merch I recently got. This was early Christmas from my mom. She recently came up on a bag, and yeah, she decided Christmas was coming early. So she got me, in addition to 2 tickets to see ICP, this fresh ass Riddlebox shirt, this ICP most hated band in the world shirt, a Twiztid Freak Show shirt, this super fresh fucking hockey jersey. It's the front. Got that on the back. Hell yeah. Love that shit. And then, check this shit out. This Bang Pow Boom motherfucking hoodie. So fresh. So fucking fresh. So, yeah. Christmas came early. That shit, hella dope. Shout out to my mom. So recently, Esham decided to delete a lot of his music off distro. He's getting ready to drop his new album, The Golden Age, which I'm hoping is a return to his older style, like more wicked shit style. Like his more recent albums haven't really been connecting with me like the old shit, but he got rid of a lot of his fucking discography on distro, and he got rid of a couple classics, including Bruce Wayne and Dead Flowers, which are 2 of my all-time favorite Esham motherfucking albums. So I'm not really sure why he did this, and I'm hoping he'll eventually put them back up, but for now, you know, fucking YouTube, man. It's where it's at. Thankfully, you can still hear Closed Caskets. We still got Tongues. We still got Suspended Animation, among others. So, I mean, what do I think? I don't know. Some sort of publicity stunt, maybe. He's just going through some of his albums that he's not necessarily happy with, and, you know, let the speculations begin. A.X.E recently made their appearance at motherfucking Hallowicked, and a lot of people are talking about them with these twisted heads. So, talk about this a little bit. First of all, when it comes to all the beefs, you know, I don't get too into that shit. Like, it is what it is. It's entertaining, you know, just being someone on the outside looking in. And for me, this shit was entertaining. You know, it's funny seeing their post with, like, holding up these heads and shit, and then you see they came out on Hallowicked kicking these heads out. This came after, I believe, Twiztid posted a picture of them holding their heads. So, yeah, when it comes to the whole A.X.E and Twiztid beef, obviously there's some feels there, and you know what? Once again, it is what it is. But being a fan, I'm here for the music, you know, at the end of the day. And I still fuck with some Twiztid. Like, I do have some feelings about them. And whenever I listen to Twiztid's music, it really brings a tear to my eye a lot of times. Like, I can't even lie. You know, I didn't used to be too affected by everything that went down, but over time and like really sitting on it, they should have 1000% been at the fucking march, and they weren't there for us. And them not being there for us kind of makes things like, you know, some of their music just doesn't hit the same.
You're the reason why we've been here so long. And represent for y'all on the beats that we flow on.
You know, they said a lot of shit. They really put it down for us. And then whenever they needed to be there for us in real life, they weren't fucking there. So once again, it is what it is. I still rock with some of the music, but let's go ahead and move on again. So I recently got to see Mayday live. Shout out to Larry Coleman for hooking that shit up. They were really fucking good, for real. Like, I never really got too into their music, but I've been talking with Larry lately. He's helping me put on an event here in Vegas, and he asked me and my wife to come out to the show, hooked us up, guest list, all that. So we made it out, and yeah, Mayday throws it the fuck down live, for real. So that shit was pretty fucking fresh. Next on our list, let's talk about some of the artists I've been working with personally as of late. One of them being Dirty Grim, who just dropped his album Creature. So I did like his whole release schedule. I fucking hooked him up with Replicon Radio, got him that interview. And, you know, Dirty Grim is the OG fucking West Coast homie. For those of you who don't know, he rolled with Wacko back in the day, put on Wacko's first tape, which was crazy fresh. And yeah, shout out to Dirty Grim. He's got like 5 fucking albums in the chamber right now, and we're working on a Juggalo cartoon series as well. So I'm hoping, you know, that all that goes well. I don't really know where it's gonna go, but yeah, we're doing things. We're doing things with it. Another artist I've been working with as of late is Nate Prez. So this motherfucker right here has got crazy fucking talent. We've got an album in the chamber that's going to be dropping sometime like first quarter next year. I just recently linked him up with Sinizter and Shade. They went out and shot a video for a song that he's got with Sinizter. And yeah, Shade's the one that filmed it. It's his first video that he's recorded, but Shade's been around the music video game for a long ass time. And yeah, if you're looking to get a music video done, definitely hit up Shade, because he knows what the fuck is up. But yeah, Nate Prez showing a lot of fucking promise. We got a lot of big plans for him in the future, so be on the lookout for him. Low Key just dropped The Feeding of Neculi. Now, as I'm talking about this album, it just dropped today, Wednesday. I'm not sure what the fucking date is. It's the 12th. And I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to that shit. Now, Low Key did this thing over on his Patreon where he let the fans, members of his Patreon, help figure out the track list. Like, he put out the initial track list in a specific order, but then he had some sort of thing where people were able to rearrange it and submit their rearranged versions. And I guess like people were voting on it or something. That's pretty fucking fresh. Now, I'm not personally subscribed to Low Key's Patreon. I don't have the means to do that right now, but he's got a lot of freshness going on over there. One of them being Robbie from the Underground, who's doing a series where he goes in depth down Low Key's discography. Now, there are a couple videos online on YouTube of him doing this. Like, the first 2 episodes are available on YouTube, pretty much audio only, but on the Patreon you can see like the whole thing. And you know, I really wish they would do these audio onlys, like continue to put those out on YouTube, but it is what the fuck it is. Like, one day I will probably subscribe to Low-Key's Patreon and just go through all of those and watch them, because for me, like, that's the main thing I'm interested on when it comes to Low-Key's Patreon. Like, I love music history, and I've been following Low-Key for a long ass fucking time. Like, I first heard about him with Tunnel Runners, and you know, I've been following him ever since. And this series right here, these deep dives, that's the type of shit I'm all about. So I definitely look forward to that. Real quick, let's take a break. Have another sip of Fago.
Fago break.
So from here, we're going to get into my top 5 streamed artists as of late. So coming in at number 5 for my most streamed artist, we've got the one and only ICP. So ICP recently dropped the Naught, the 6th and final Joker's card of the second deck, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, so let's fucking get into it. So this album is definitely fucking fresh. There's only like a couple songs on it, like literally 2 songs on it that I'm not really fucking with. Those songs are Pop Out and Softy Pillow Man. Like, those 2 tracks are pretty much just, in my eyes, throwaways. But other than that, I fucking love this Joker's card. Fucking Watch Me with that nice little callback to Flamethrower from the Marvelous Missing Link Lost. I fucking love that shit. Everybody Dies with that callback to Everybody Rise. Like, that shit's hella fresh. And my favorite track on this is probably I'm Still Breathing. It's just a fucking dope, real feel-good fucking track. And yeah, shout out to ICP because they did an amazing job on this Joker's card. Fuck the haters. You know, I think ICP should maybe consider doing a tour for the Naught. Like, I know they've been touring all year, but this was not at all a tour for the Naught. And you know, it'd be sad if we never got to hear any of these fucking songs off this tape live. Like, for real, that would just be sad as fuck. Honestly, though, if they don't do a tour for the Naught specifically, they should do a tour for the whole fucking second deck. Like, would that not be fresh? I don't see them doing that, but maybe if we fucking pester them enough, they'll consider it. In addition to that, though, they just dropped their Hallowicked track, Dead Bodies, which is another fucking fresh addition to their Hallowicked fucking series. And I put this one towards the top, like mid-top, if that makes sense. Like, it's definitely nowhere near one of the worst Hallowicked tracks. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I really fuck with it. Coming in at number 4 for my most streamed artist, we've got Ouija Macc. So a little while back, Ouija Macc dropped Sunken Church, and honestly, this is a fucking banger of a fucking album. Like, it's probably one of my top Ouija albums, especially in more recent years. But for real, I'd say this is my favorite Ouija album since at least Dark Planet. Like, I know that wasn't that long ago, that was just like a year ago, but you know, he drops hella fucking albums. And aside from Anamoya, which is my favorite fucking Ouija collab album of all time, I'd say that for solo albums, this is definitely my favorite that he's done since Dark Planet. Now, some standout tracks for me, definitely Hatchet Homicide, the opening track. I mean, those fucking cuts from DJ Chunk in there are hella fresh. Definitely Chinchilla with ICP. Like, Shaggy kills his fucking verse on that track. And, you know, a little sight of what's to come from Shaggy and Ouija. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to that project. But still, we're talking about Sunken Church. Goner, an amazing closing track. My favorite track on here, though, is definitely Dissension. Like, it's just stupid fucking fresh, and I can't tell you how many times I've bumped that track, but I fucking love it. Now, even though he just dropped Sunken Church, his next album is actually on the horizon, and that is America's Most Wicked. And he's got some pretty fresh fucking bundles going on here. Like, you could actually get one of his fucking dreadlocks. Like, what the fuck? That's cool. Like, whenever he cut his dreads off, I thought it was hella fucking weird. I've gotten used to seeing him without the dreadlocks now. But yeah, if you want a piece of Ouija Macc, you can go order America's Most Wicked and get that bundle that comes with a dreadlock. If they're not already sold out, that is. He's dropped 2 tracks from the project so far. The first one was Lil 1700, a banger of a fucking track. And then just yesterday, he dropped Honky Tonk, which I have had the chance to listen to. I've only listened to it once so far, but it was fucking dope, and I'm definitely looking forward to America's Most Wicked. Moving on to my number 3 most streamed artist as of late, we've got Darby O'Trill. So Darby recently dropped Willow, which is an amazing fucking album. Like, straight up, front to back, fucking banger of an album. I'm not going to tell you guys any of my favorite tracks, really, because the fucking song titles are just so long and ridiculous, and I'm not going to sit here and just butcher them. But one track that I will mention is Drowning in a Pool of Kinetic Sand, which is a collab track with Ouija. And aside from anything on Anamoya, I'd say that this is definitely my favorite Ouija fucking Darby collab ever. Like, straight up, it is so fucking solid, and I fucking love it. Now, in addition to Willow, Darby just dropped a new fucking track, Heavyweights, a nice little JCW fucking anthem. And this is actually a reworked track that was called Vampiro Wrestled with ICP and the Misfits, and I think that's hella fresh. And that track was originally on The Tomb, which has been removed from distros. I actually got to chop it up a little bit with motherfucking Darby last night. I went to the Vegas stop of the Return of the Shovel tour, and afterwards we did a little interview. That's up now, so make sure to check that shit out if you haven't already. But during that interview, we actually talked about this shit happening, you know, The Tomb being removed from distros, and he said he's not really sure why distribution removed the album, but he's actually reworking most of, if not all of those tracks, and Heavyweights is the first to be dropped. So I'm definitely looking forward to what comes out of that shit, because personally, The Tomb is probably one of my top 3 fucking Darby releases of all time. So with all that said, I had a lot of fun at Darby's motherfucking show. You know, Donnie Menace came out and threw it the fuck down. I got a chance to meet him and chop it up with him a little bit. That was fucking cool. Fucking Frankie Goldie was in the building. Didn't really get to chop it up with him, but for some reason, Acetone was not at this stop. Not really sure what's up with that. The Mutiny was in the fucking house, and one of them actually approached me and said, "What's up?" Like, he knew who I was and shit, and that was hella fresh. So shout out to homie from the Mutiny. Shit went the fuck down. I did record the majority of that concert, and it is up right now. So if you want to check that shit out, definitely do so. Moving on to my number 2 most streamed artist as of late, we've got the one and only Sinizter. So Sinizter recently dropped his album Diatribe 3, and this shit is a fucking front to back fucking banger. My favorite songs off of this are definitely Gymshark, which is the opening track, as well as Not That Guy. Like, both these songs are fucking dope as hell, but honestly, this whole fucking tape is fresh as fuck. And honestly, Sinizter is one of my most streamed artists for this whole fucking year. Like, I've been really deep diving his whole discography. He dropped Came to Kill with Ouija earlier, which was a hella fresh collab album. You know, I've been listening to Sinizter for a long time, but just kind of casually, you know, like, I like a lot of his funk shit. I like the shit that he did with Chord Hell, as well as some of the other funk artists. And yeah, I just recently started really getting into his metal shit, and I know he's getting ready to drop an album which is mostly metal, Agony Eternal, and he's got 3 fucking tracks from that dropped already. I think like next week or the week after, the whole project drops, and I'm really looking forward to that shit. Chad from Fagel Lovers also recently did an interview with Sinizter, and I haven't got to check that out yet, but definitely looking forward to that shit. And finally, coming in at my number 1 most streamed artist as of late, we've got KirbLaGoop. Now, just a couple months ago, KirbLaGoop dropped his album Goop Scoop, which was pretty fucking fresh. You know, definitely the track Goop Scoop is one of my favorite fucking tracks on there, as well as What You Know. But what I really want to talk about is his most recent album that he just dropped a few weeks ago, Night of the Living Goop. Now, this is the second edition to his Goop Bumps series. And the first one was Say Cheese and Goop, which was a hell of a fucking banger. That dropped about a year ago, I want to say May of 2024, and I really fucked with that shit when it came out. I still fuck with it. I fuck with a lot of KirbLaGoop actually. I Can't Feel My Face is a fucking banger of a track. That's an old throwback fucking KirbLaGoop track, but I listen to that shit all the fucking time. But on Night of the Living Goop, definitely, this is probably my favorite KirbLaGoop project since Welcome to Goopland, which came out, I want to say, a couple years ago. So as far as full projects go, bro, like, I've been bumping the shit out of this. Now, some of my favorite tracks on here are definitely Living Goop, Yes I Do, Roll the Dice, Blender. Like, these, if I could just name some off the top of my head, those tracks are my favorites. But I'm fucking with KirbLaGoop fucking heavy, as you can tell, because he is my number 1 most streamed artist as of late. And that's gonna do it for this edition of the motherfucking Freshness. Make sure to check out my interview with motherfucking Darby O'Trill. Make sure to check out Chad from Fagel Lovers' interview with motherfucking Sinizter. What do y'all think about ICP touring the Naught or doing a whole second deck tour? Let me know in the motherfucking comments below. And as always keep it wicked motherfucking fresh, y'all. Deuce, deuce, whoop, whoop. Peace out.